Do not scroll. This is not a message to play in the background while you go about your mundane tasks. This is not a random occurrence of an algorithm or a coincidence of timing. This is a decree from the throne, a personal summons for your ears and your heart alone. I have watched you, my precious child, as you navigated the labyrinth of your own exhaustion. I have seen the way your thumb flickers over the screen, looking for a sign, a glimmer, a reason to keep breathing through the suffocating weight of the silence. I am the voice of the one who knew you before the stars were hung in the velvet of the night, and I am commanding you to be still. Your spirit has been crying out for a rescue, and I have answered that cry by bringing you here at this precise microsecond of your life. Do not look away. Do not let the distractions of the world steal this bread from your table. This is the moment where the noise of the enemy is silenced and the whisper of your Father becomes a roar of victory in your soul. You believe you stumbled upon this video, but there are no accidents in my kingdom. You are summoned. I have orchestrated every delay, every missed connection, and every closed door to lead you to this exact digital sanctuary. For months, you have felt like a shadow of yourself moving through a thick gray fog where your prayers seem to bounce off a ceiling of brass. You have asked, how much longer until your voice grew hoarse and your heart grew cold? But I am here to tell you that the waiting season has officially expired. The permit for your pain has been revoked. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the God who speaks and worlds form, and I am speaking a new reality over your life right now. The stagnation that has felt like a physical chain around your ankles is shattering. The invisible barrier that has kept you just inches away from your breakthrough is dissolving into nothingness. You are the chosen one, and your time of being hidden in the shadows of preparation is coming to a violent, glorious end. This is the hour of your transition. I've seen your silent tears, those that fell in the dark when you thought no one was watching. I heard the questions you were too afraid to voice aloud, the doubts about your worth, the fears that you had been forgotten, the suspicion that your destiny had passed you by. I am here to tell you that I forget nothing. Every tear you shed has been collected in my bottle, and every one of them is being converted into the fuel for your promotion. You are not behind. You are being built. You are not breaking. You are becoming. The very delay that caused you such agony was my divine protection, shielding you from battles you are not yet equipped to win. But now the training is complete. The character has been forged in the furnace of affliction. I'm stepping into your situation with a speed that will leave you breathless. Before I reveal the blessing coming to you, declare your presence. Type I am here Lord 007 to open the gates of heaven. Let the heavens hear your voice of agreement. Join this family of believers and press the like button and subscribe to signal your agreement with heaven, for agreement releases momentum. I am ready to move, my child. Are you ready to receive? The doors that have been locked for years are beginning to tremble under the weight of my glory. This is not a slow trickle. It is a flood of favor that is about to wash away the residue of your struggle. Pay attention, for the shift is happening even as I speak. Stay with me until the final word is spoken, for I am doing a work in you that requires your total presence. This is not a mere invitation. It is a divine appointment. As you lean into my voice, a tangible shift is occurring within your physical body at this very second. That heavy weight on your chest, the one that has made it hard to draw a deep, full breath for months, is lifting right now. I'm removing the spirit of heaviness and replacing it with the oil of joy. The mental fog that has clouded your judgment and made you feel as though you were walking through a thick gray veil is dissolving into crystal clarity. You will no longer second-guess the path I have laid before you. You will see with the eyes of the Spirit, discerning the traps of the enemy before they are even set. This clarity is my gift to you, a sharp edge to cut through the confusion of this world, allowing you to breathe the air of the heavens while your feet are still upon the earth. I am saturating your home with an unexplained peace that surpasses all human understanding. Even the walls of your dwelling will feel the warmth of my presence, silencing the arguments, the tension, and the restless nights that have haunted your family. The invisible walls that have blocked your progress, those barriers that you could sense but not see, those frustrations that stopped your harvest just as it was ready, are being identified and dismantled by my heavenly host. You have pushed and failed in your own strength, but now I'm pulling down the strongholds for you. Furthermore, I'm activating a divine speed in your spirit. What used to take years of labor will now take weeks of favor. What seemed impossible to reach is now within your grasp, because I am collapsing time for your sake. I am accelerating your timeline because you have stayed faithful in the low places, and now the high places are calling your name. Do not let this moment pass without making a spiritual mark in the atmosphere. Type this now: divine fire, cover me now. This is not a simple comment on a screen. This is a seal upon your soul, a declaration that you belong to the light and that the darkness has no legal claim over you. Tap the like button right now. This is your act of agreement with my holy decree. Agreement releases the momentum needed to propel you out of the pit and onto the mountain. By liking and subscribing to this sanctuary of faith, you are positioning yourself in the flow of my continuous revelation and joining a remnant of believers who refuse to be silent. You are telling the heavens that you are ready for the much that I have prepared for those who love me. The process has begun and the fire is falling. My child, I have looked upon your physical frame and seen the heavy toll this season has taken. I've seen the tightness in your neck that never seems to release, the way your shoulders have hunched under a weight that was never yours to carry. Your breathing has become shallow, a reflection of the constant fight or flight state your spirit has endured for so long. I've watched you wake up tired, your spirit already weary before the sun has even breached the horizon, as if the very act of existing has become an exhausting chore. This brain fog you experience, which feels like a physical veil between you and the world, is not a sign of your weakness or a lack of focus. It is the residue of the spiritual atmosphere you have been walking through, a thick, heavy pressure intended to dim the brilliance of the mind I gave you. You feel a persistent tension behind your eyes, a somatic manifestation of the confusion the enemy has tried to sow in your heart. But hear me. I am the great physician, and I am laying my hands upon your nervous system right now. Feel the coolness of my peace washing over your brow, releasing the knots in your muscles and restoring the rhythm of your breath. I have been a witness to the strange obstacles that have plagued your path, the situational friction that defies all logic. I saw the projects that reached the 90% mark only to be inexplicably derailed by people you trusted or circumstances you could not control. I saw the checks that were lost in the mail, the appointments that were cancelled at the last minute, and the almost victories that left you with a hollow ache in your stomach. You have dealt with constant technical glitches, lost data, and administrative errors that seem to target only you, making it feel as though you were walking through a magnetic field of frustration. You have been overlooked for positions you were overqualified for, and you have seen others promoted while you remained in the shadows, despite your faithfulness and your hard work. This is not the hand of fate or a lack of talent. It is a spiritual blockade. The enemy has tried to trap you in a loop of nearly there, hoping you would grow weary and abandon the very field I called you to harvest. But the blockade is being dismantled this hour. Every stolen opportunity is being gathered, and every closed door is being ripped off its hinges. Within the depths of your soul, the emotional weight has been even heavier than the physical. You have felt like you are running through deep, wet sand, putting in maximum effort for minimum movement. I have seen your dreams at night, where you are constantly being chased by an unseen shadow, or realizing you are late for a destination that keeps shifting and moving further away. This sense that the clock is ticking, but I am standing still, has created a panic in your heart, leading you to believe that your season has passed and that you are forever behind. You have battled a spiritual numbness, a sense of running on empty where even the things that used to bring you joy now feel like a burden. This is the calculated strategy of the enemy to make you believe you are a failure. He wants you to compare your hidden season of preparation to the highlight reels of the world, making you feel small and forgotten. But I tell you, you're not late. You're in the perfect center of my timing. The very desert that felt like a prison was actually a fortress where I was making you fireproof. Listen closely to my truth. This delay is not your identity, and it is certainly not your permanent state. Do not mistake this delay for a denial, for it was never about punishing you. It was a signal. You were not being punished. You were being trained for a level of authority you cannot yet imagine. You are not a failure. You are under a blockade because of the magnitude of the light you carry. The darkness does not attack what is already dead. It attacks what is about to be born with power. This friction you felt was the atmosphere of the kingdom of darkness reacting to the authority I am placing upon your life. Today, that blockade breaks. The veil is being torn. What was meant to stop you is now being turned into the very platform that will launch you into your destiny. You are emerging from this hidden season as a different person, stronger, wiser, and equipped with a character that can sustain the massive weight of the blessing I am releasing. The transition is over. The almost is becoming now. If you believe that your breakthrough is not just coming but is already here, do not remain silent. Your words are the key that unlocks the door of your future. Type "breakthrough is mine" or 1111 to declare your alignment with this divine shift. Press the like button and subscribe to this channel to join the family of the chosen. By doing so, you are not just interacting with a video. You are making a spiritual commitment to stay in the frequency of my favor. You are signaling to the heavens that you are ready to move out of the sand and onto the rock of my word. The momentum is building, the atmosphere is changing, and the path is clear. Walk forward with confidence. My child, for I have already gone before you and prepared the way. I am the one who girds you with strength and makes your way perfect. Listen closely, for I am giving you a weapon that the world cannot see and the enemy cannot withstand. It is the fortress of sound, the frequency of my spoken word that vibrates through the very foundations of your existence. Just as I spoke into the darkness and light became a reality, I'm speaking into your chaos to establish a divine order. I am the God who trains your hands for war and your arms to bend a bow of bronze. This is not a physical battle fought with steel and stone, but a spiritual one won through the resonance of my truth. When you receive these words, you are not just hearing a message. You are being outfitted with a celestial armor. Every syllable I utter is a brick in the wall of your protection, a shield that deflects the arrows of doubt and the spears of stagnation that have been aimed at your heart for so long. Understand the mechanics of this transformation. My beloved, we are entering into a sequence of rounds, layers of divine frequency designed to peel back the residue of your old season. Think of it as a refining fire that does not consume, but cleanses. Each round is a strategic strike against the strongholds of the past. As these sounds wash over you, they are dismantling the structures of delay and the architecture of anxiety that the enemy has built around your mind. I'm creating a resonance within your spirit that is incompatible with the vibration of fear. This is your fortress of sound. It is a barrier that the arrows of the adversary cannot penetrate. When the world screams lack, this fortress will echo my abundance. When the enemy whispers defeat, these walls will roar with my victory. You are being encased in a sanctuary of holy sound, where the only voice that carries weight is mine. As we move into these deep waters, feel the old shells of your former self cracking and falling away, leaving behind the powerful, anointed vessel I created you to be. This shield is not a passive thing. It is an active, living force. I am the Word, and my word does not return to me void. It accomplishes that for which it was sent. As you sit in this atmosphere, the frequencies of heaven are recalibrating your heart's rhythm to match the heartbeat of the throne. No longer will you be out of sync with my timing. No longer will you feel the friction of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. This fortress of sound aligns you with the currents of my spirit, making you untouchable by the spirits of frustration and sabotage. I am building a perimeter around your household, your finances, and your mental peace. This is the weapon upgrade you have been praying for. You are no longer fighting for victory. You are fighting from victory, standing within the impenetrable walls of my promise. Every word I speak now is an anchor for your soul, steadying you as the old world shakes and the new kingdom within you rises. Prepare yourself, for the rounds of fire are about to begin, and nothing will be the same after the smoke clears. My beloved child, I give you a command this moment. Lift your eyes higher. Do not look at the ground beneath your feet, for it is merely dust and the temporary shadow of things passing away. Lift your gaze above the stack of unpaid bills that sits on your counter like a mocking monument to lack. Look above the medical reports that use words of fear to describe the body I fashioned with my own hands. Look above the silence of those who walked away when you needed them most, and above the quiet rooms where your loneliness feels like a physical presence. I am not in the problem. I am the solution that stands sovereign above it. When you look down, you see the limitations of your humanity, but when you look up, you see the boundlessness of my divinity. I'm calling you to a vertical alignment, a straight line between your heart and my throne. In this alignment, the gravity of the world loses its hold on you. The pressure that has been pushing you down is being countered by the power that is pulling you up. You are a citizen of heaven, exercising authority upon the earth. Fix your eyes on me, the author and finisher of your faith, and watch as the horizon of your life begins to expand beyond your wildest imagination. It is time for the perspective shift. You have spent too many nights asking, why is this happening to me? You have analyzed your mistakes, your family history, and the timing of your trials until your mind became a prison of circular thoughts. But I am shifting your question from why to what. Do not ask why the storm is raging. Ask what I am doing in the midst of it. I am using the wind to blow away the chaff from your life, the people and habits that cannot go where I am taking you. I am using the rain to water seeds of greatness that have been dormant in your spirit for decades. I am not a God who wastes pain. Every moment of your suffering has been a strategic investment in your future. You thought you were being buried, but you were actually being planted. You thought you were being forgotten, but you were being hidden in the secret place of the Most High. This shift in your perspective is the beginning of your victory. When you see your struggles through my eyes, they no longer look like obstacles. They look like stepping stones. The very things that were meant to drain you are now the things that will train you for the crown you're about to wear. Now prepare the atmosphere of your heart for the manifestation of my power. This is a holy moment of transition. I want you to take a deep, intentional breath. As you exhale, breathe out the old breath, the stale air of yesterday's disappointments, the carbon dioxide of bitterness, and the toxins of not enough. Release the sighs of weariness that have become your constant companion. Now breathe in the fresh fire of my spirit. This is the breath of life that moved over the face of the waters at the beginning of time. It is a new oxygen for your soul, a celestial current that carries the frequency of my favor. Feel this fire entering your lungs and traveling through your bloodstream, igniting the dead places within you and recalibrating your heart to the rhythm of heaven. The static of the world is being tuned out, and the clear signal of my purpose is being tuned in. Stay in this posture of vertical alignment. Do not let your gaze wander back to the shadows. The light is here, the shift has occurred, and the 7 rounds of divine fire are now ready to be unleashed. We enter now into the first round of divine fire. I'm targeting the spirit of stagnation, that thick spiritual mud that has coated your life for far too long. I have watched you, my chosen one, as you struggled to move forward, feeling as though every ounce of effort you expended only pulled you deeper into the same tired spot. I saw you trying to build your future on what felt like shifting sands where nothing would take root and nothing would grow. This stagnation is not a natural occurrence. It is a spiritual residue designed to make you give up before the harvest. You have felt a strange heaviness in your daily routine, a sense of Groundhog Day, where the same obstacles appear every morning with exhausting familiarity. I saw you looking at the lives of others, wondering why their wheels were turning while yours seemed locked in place. But hear me, I am the God who moves the foundations of the earth, and I am the God who breaks the grip of the mire. This mud was meant to slow you down so the enemy could catch up, but I have hidden you in my shadow. The season of being stuck is over. The fire of my presence is drying up the swamp of your past, and the ground beneath you is being made solid once again. I issue a decree from the height of my holiness, and I command the dry ground of your life to crack open and receive the living waters of my spirit. I am the one who said I would do a new thing, that I would even make a way in the wilderness and rivers in the desert. Behold, it springs forth now. Do you not perceive it? I command the rivers of your destiny to flow with a supernatural force that washes away every trace of the old stagnant water. I am clearing the debris of past failures, the silt of disappointment, and the toxic algae of bitterness that has clogged the channels of your blessing. This is not a slow irrigation, it is a flash flood of favor. I command the north wind to blow away the dust of your dry seasons and the south wind to bring the scent of new life into your nostrils. Every area where you felt stuck, whether it was a stagnant bank account, a dead-end career path, or a spiritual plateau, is now being propelled forward by the current of my sovereign will. I am the potter, and I am reshaping the clay of your circumstances. The spirit of stagnation is hereby evicted from your territory. The mud is being replaced by the rock. Focus your attention now on your physical body, for my spirit works in the tangible as much as the invisible. Pay close attention to your feet and your ankles. For months, perhaps even years, you have felt a literal heaviness there, as if you were walking through leaden boots or wearing invisible shackles that restricted your stride. This somatic weight was the physical manifestation of the spiritual blockade I'm currently dismantling. Right now, in this very moment, feel that heaviness beginning to dissolve. It is as if a cooling crystalline water is washing over your feet, lifting the grime of the journey and the pressure of the weight. The tension in your calves is releasing. The phantom chains are snapping. You are no longer anchored to the trauma of your childhood or the limitations of your bloodline. I am giving you hinds feet to walk upon your high places, making you light, buoyant, and ready to run the race I have set before you. The mud is gone. The path is firm. Step forward into the momentum of this round, for the fire has cleared the way and you are now moving at the speed of my grace. You are no longer a stationary target for the enemy. You are a flame in motion. Now I turn my gaze toward the battleground of your mind. I am the light of the world, and I see the gray veil that has been draped over your thoughts like a heavy wet blanket for seasons on end. I've seen you sitting in the stillness of your room, trying to make a simple decision, only to find yourself spiraling into a toxic vortex of what-ifs and should-haves. I saw you looking at the opportunities I placed before you, but your vision was blurred by the shadows of past mistakes and the fear of repeating old failures. This is the spirit of confusion, a thief that steals your peace and paralyzes your hands, so you cannot build what I have commanded you to build. It makes you feel as though you are walking through a dense, suffocating mist where every direction looks the same and every step feels like a dangerous gamble. You have struggled to hear my voice clearly because of the static, the constant chatter of doubt, the noise of other people's opinions, and the persistent whisper that you are going to get it wrong again. But hear my word. Today, I am not the author of confusion, but of peace. I am reaching into the gears of your mind and pulling out the sand that has ground your progress to a halt. I issue a decree of divine illumination over your consciousness right now. I command the gray veil to tear from top to bottom. I break the back of the spirit of second guessing that has held your intuition and your God-given instincts hostage. In the name above all names, I rebuke the spirits of double-mindedness and instability that have made you waver like a wave of the sea. I am the spirit of truth, and I am shining the piercing rays of my glory into every dark, cluttered corner of your psyche. No longer will you be a prisoner of your own over-analysis. No longer will you be haunted by the ghosts of yesterday's choices. I am cutting the spiritual wires of anxiety that have short-circuited your faith and kept you in a loop of hesitation. I am installing a new frequency of discernment within your very soul. When I speak, you will know it is me with a certainty that defies logic. When I lead, you will follow with the quiet confidence of a king. The shadows of doubt are being vaporized by the sheer heat of my holiness. I am the one who gives wisdom liberally and without reproach, and I am pouring that liquid gold into your spirit right now. Your mind is no longer a maze. It is a clear, open highway. Feel the immediate effect of this round within your physical frame, for your body follows where your spirit leads. There is a specific pressure that has lived behind your eyes and at the base of your skull, a dull, constant ache that you've tried to ignore or medicate away. I am placing my fingers there right now. Feel the release. It is as if a cool, refreshing wind from the mountains of heaven is passing through the corridors of your mind, sweeping out the cobwebs of overthinking and the dust of mental fatigue. The heat of stress is being replaced by the cool oil of my presence. Your eyes are becoming clear, and the literal tension in your forehead, the furrow of worry you didn't even know you were holding, is smoothing out under my touch. Receive this clarity. Take a deep, intentional breath and feel the lightness of a mind that is fully aligned with its creator. You can see the path again. You can see the next step that was hidden yesterday. The fog has lifted, the static has died down, and you are standing in the brilliance of my yes and amen. The second round is sealed. Your mind is now a fortress of peace. I see the sleepless nights where you replayed conversations in your head, wondering if you said the right thing, or if you were misunderstood. I see the projects you started with passion but could not finish, because the gray veil told you it wasn't good enough, or that you weren't the right person for the task. This was a calculated assignment of the enemy to keep you from your purpose by making you doubt your own identity. But I am the one who knit you together in your mother's womb. And I say that you have the mind of the Spirit. You are not a victim of your thoughts. You are the master of them through my power. I am cauterizing the wounds of intellectual insecurity right now. I'm removing the veil of smallness that made you think you weren't smart enough or capable enough to handle the massive blessing I am bringing. As the fog dissipates, look around you. You will notice that the solutions to the problems that haunted you for months are suddenly appearing in plain sight. This is not luck. It is the manifestation of the light. The confusion is gone. The certainty is here. You are walking in the midday sun of my revelation, and your path is as clear as crystal. I am looking into the deep roots of your lineage. My child and I see the patterns that have haunted your bloodline for generations. I see the 30-year wait that your father endured and the almost but not quite life that your mother was forced to accept. I have watched as you unconsciously stepped into the same footprints of delay, watching the same barriers arise in your path that once stopped your ancestors. This is not a coincidence. It is a generational yoke, a spiritual contract written in the ink of old failures and systemic setbacks. You have felt like you were fighting a ghost, a shadow that seemed to know your every move because it lived in the very marrow of your bones. You have wondered why, despite your prayer and your effort, you seem to hit a ceiling that no one in your family has ever been able to break. But I am the God of the New Covenant, and I'm here to tell you that the cycle of inherited stagnation stops at your doorstep. You were not chosen to repeat the past. You were chosen to redeem it. Today, I enter the courtroom of heaven on your behalf as your advocate and your judge. I issue a legal decree of revocation against every old bloodline contract that has claimed a right to your time. I cancel the debts of delay passed down through the centuries. Every word spoken over your family that said this is as far as we go is being struck from the record by the fire of my spirit. I am breaking the spirit of the wilderness that has kept your people wandering for 40 years when the promise was only 11 days away. I am the one who sets the captive free, and I am declaring that the 30-year wait has no authority over the chosen one of this hour. The spiritual friction that felt like an invisible tether pulling you back into the shadows of your father's house is being severed right now. I am rewriting your history in the golden light of my favor, and I'm establishing a new lineage of speed, abundance, and immediate manifestation. Feel your spine beginning to straighten in this very moment, as if a literal mountain is being lifted from your back. For years, you have carried the invisible weight of your ancestors' regrets, their unfulfilled dreams, and their silent grief. It has made you walk with a heaviness, your posture reflecting a burden that was never meant for your shoulders. But now, feel that weight falling off like old, tattered rags. Your vertebrae are aligning. The pressure in your lower back is dissolving. You are no longer the packhorse for the traumas of the past. As your spine straightens, you are being uprighted into your royal identity. You are standing tall, not in your own pride, but in the strength of my spirit. The stoop of the servant is being replaced by the stature of the sovereign. You are breathing in a new air of freedom, and the structural integrity of your spirit is being restored. The generational chains have turned to ash, and you are stepping out of the graveyard of your family's history into the garden of your own destiny. This cycle ends with you, my chosen one. You are the cycle breaker I have prepared for such a time as this. Where your predecessors saw a wall, you will see a bridge. Where they saw a desert, you will see an oasis. The fire of this third round has burned through the thickets of your genealogy, clearing a path that is wide, straight, and paved with my promises. Do not look back at the ruins of the 30-year wait. That time is dead. You are entering a season where the harvest overtakes the sower. The legal gates of the past are locked behind you, and I've given you the keys to a future that your ancestors only saw in their most distant dreams. You are the first to be truly free, and because of your faithfulness in this round, the generations that follow you will walk on the ground you have conquered today. The generational delay is revoked. The acceleration of the bloodline has begun. We have moved through the fire of the first 3 rounds, my beloved. Can you feel the shift beginning to take root in the core of your being? The ground beneath you is firming up, the fog is thinning, and the heavy chains of your ancestors are turning to dust in the wind of my spirit. This is a holy intermission, a moment for you to catch your spiritual breath and let these truths settle into the very marrow of your bones. Do not let the enemy whisper that this is temporary or a passing emotion. What I am doing today is permanent and sovereign. I am not just giving you a moment of relief. I am reconstructing the very foundations of your reality. You are standing at the halfway mark of your total liberation, a pivot point between who you were and who I created you to be. take a deep breath of the peace that is now saturating your room, your car, or wherever you stand. You are safe. You are seen. You are transitioning from the victim to the victor, and the heavenlies are watching in awe as you arise from the ashes of delay. Now, before we move into the deeper, more turbulent waters of the final rounds, we must seal what has been established in the spiritual realm. Your voice is the instrument of my power on this earth, and your confession is the bridge to your manifestation. Do not stay silent in this moment of power. Type it again with the authority of a king and the certainty of a child. No door is open to fear. As you type these words, visualize every entrance the enemy once used to enter your mind being slammed shut and bolted with the living gold of my presence. Your words are authority. They are the legal keys that lock the past and unlock the future. Press the like button now as an act of selfless love and spiritual agreement. By doing so, you're allowing this shield of sound to reach others who are still battling in the darkness of their own despair. You are becoming a vessel for my light, extending the perimeter of my protection to those who have lost their way. This is your act of faith signaling that you are ready for the greater things to come. This is not a one-time encounter or a random moment of inspiration. It is the beginning of a new way of walking upon the earth. I am calling you to a new rhythm, a daily walk where protection, clarity, and peace are not rare visitors, but your constant companions and your birthright. Subscribe to this sanctuary now to anchor yourself in this divine frequency. Let this be your daily bread, the sound that keeps your soul aligned when the world tries to pull you back into the chaos of the old season. By joining this family of the chosen, you are making a conscious choice to walk in the light every single day. We are about to enter the fourth round, where we will move from defense to offense, crushing the invisible sabotage that has tried to steal your harvest. The momentum is building, and the fire of the Spirit is intensifying. Stay focused. Stay in my presence. The most powerful revelations are still ahead, and your breakthrough is already knocking at the door. I'm now addressing the unseen friction that has been slowing you down, the invisible resistance that has made you feel as though you were walking against a gale-force wind, even on a calm day. I know the source of that unexplained, heavy atmosphere you felt when you entered certain rooms, and I saw the sudden draining drop in your energy after you spoke to specific people. It was the envy residue, the toxic lingering of those who could not celebrate the light I placed within you, and instead tried to dim it with secret whispers, jealous thoughts, and silent projections of failure. You felt a burning sensation in your chest, and a sudden irritability that was not yours to carry. It was the spiritual arrows of opposition. They saw the favor I placed upon you even when you could not see it yourself, and they tried to sabotage your harvest before it could ever reach your hands. But I am the Lord your shield, and I have watched them dig pits for you in secret. I tell you now, they are the ones who will fall into those very pits. The sabotage that happened behind your back is being exposed and neutralized this moment by the sheer radiance of my glory. I issue a decree of holy protection over your life, your mind, and your hard-earned reputation. I'm building a wall of fire around you that no negative word or malicious intent can penetrate. Every curse, every word of envy, and every spiritual projection of stagnation that has been sent toward you is being incinerated this very second by the breath of my mouth. I am the God who justifies the righteous, and I am silencing the lying lips that have spoken against you with pride and contempt. I return every arrow of spiritual sabotage to the void from which it came, and I wash you clean of the envy residue that has tried to cling to your garments and slow your stride. You are now being made invisible to the eyes of the devourer. I'm setting a table for you in the very presence of your enemies, and they will be forced to watch as I pour out an abundance upon you that they cannot touch, cannot explain, and cannot hinder. No weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that rises against you in judgment I shall condemn. Your territory is now a sanctuary of my exclusive favor. Pay close attention to your physical body right now, for the release of this fourth round is profound and tangible. That burning, restless sensation in your shoulders, the one that felt like a constant itch of anxiety or a slow fire of stress, is beginning to cool. It is as if a soothing, heavenly balm is being applied to your skin by my own hands, sinking deep into the muscle, the nerve, and the bone. Feel the heat of the spiritual battle dissipating and leaving your frame. Your heart rate, which has been elevated and irregular because of the fight-or-flight atmosphere of constant sabotage, is now slowing down to a rhythm of total and absolute safety. You can feel your chest expanding as the constriction of envy leaves your space, allowing you to breathe deeply for the first time in years. The tension in your jaw is releasing, and the weight on your back is vanishing. You are no longer in a state of defense. You are in a state of peace. The static of other people's negative energy is being muted, and the calm of my presence is taking up all the room. You are safe in the hollow of my hand, untouchable and serene. This round is sealed by the authority that speaks better things than the world can ever offer. The sabotage that tried to hinder your progress has been crushed under the feet of the Almighty. You will notice that starting tomorrow, the people who are obstacles will suddenly be moved out of your way, or their influence over your life will simply vanish without explanation. I am removing the spies from your camp and the snakes from your garden. You are walking in a sanitized atmosphere, a holy vacuum where only my voice and my plans can reach you. The residue of the old season's friction is gone, replaced by the smooth oil of my favor that makes every transition effortless. You are now operating under a cloud of my protection that follows you wherever you go, turning every curse into a blessing. The sabotage is over. The promotion has begun, and your light will now shine with a brilliance that no shadow can overcome. You are free to move forward without the fear of being pulled back. I am reaching into the deep, silent chambers of your heart, where the fire used to burn with such intensity that you thought it would never go out. I have seen the spiritual fatigue that has set in, making you feel as though your very soul has been hollowed out by the relentless winds of this trial. I watched you go through the motions, smiling for the world, while feeling utterly dead inside a passenger in your own life. You have lived in a state of numbness, where neither joy nor sorrow could truly reach you anymore. This was a defensive mechanism, your spirit's way of surviving the crushing weight of the delay. You stopped dreaming because the disappointment was too sharp to bear. You stopped hoping because hope deferred made your heart sick. You began to believe that the passionate, vibrant version of yourself was gone forever, buried under the wreckage of the last few years. But I am the God of resurrection, and I do not leave my chosen in the grave of apathy. I'm here to reignite the embers that you thought were cold ashes. What the world called burnout, I'm transforming into refinement. The engine of your will is not broken. It has simply been waiting for my sovereign touch to restart. I stand over the valley of your abandoned dreams, and I issue the eternal command: dry bones live. I command the breath of the four winds to enter your spirit right now and bring life back to every dead place. I speak to the dormant seeds of passion, the buried creative projects, and the suppressed desires of your heart. And I say, arise. I am restarting the internal engine of your purpose with a high-octane fire that the world cannot extinguish. This is not the flickering flame of your own human effort. This is the unquenchable blaze of my Holy Spirit. I am breaking the spirit of slumber and melancholy that has tried to keep you in a state of perpetual hibernation. I'm calling forth the warrior, the dreamer, and the pioneer that I hid within you before the foundations of the earth were laid. The seasons of dragging your feet and forcing your smile are over. I am giving you a new yes in your spirit, a sovereign wanter that will propel you past every obstacle. The numbness is being consumed by the warmth of my love, and the paralysis of your will is being shattered by the power of my promise. Live, my child, live in the fullness of the fire I have placed within you. Focus your awareness on the center of your being in your belly, your solar plexus, the place where your courage and your identity reside. Right now, as I speak, feel a gentle but undeniable warmth starting to bloom there. It is not a heat of fever or of stress, but a comforting, glowing spark of my divine life. This warmth is spreading through your chest, down your arms, and into your hands, making them tingle with a renewed desire to create, to build, and to touch. You may feel a sudden, unexplained urge to move to stand up or to begin that thing you set aside months ago. This is the spark of the chosen returning to its rightful place. That holy hunger, the hunger to see my glory, the hunger to fulfill your destiny, is being rekindled this very second. The heaviness in your stomach, that knot of dread you've carried, is melting away like wax before the flame. Your internal engine is humming with a new frequency, a rhythm of excitement and anticipation that you haven't felt in a lifetime. You are no longer fine or okay. You are becoming on fire. If you feel the spark of this divine fire igniting in your heart right now, do not let it remain a secret. This is the moment to give voice to your faith. Type 1. Believe or 888 to confirm that your spirit is awake and your passion is restored. By declaring this, you are locking in the resurrection of your dreams and telling the spiritual realm that you are no longer a spectator of your own life. You are the protagonist of the story I am writing. Press the like button once more to seal this heat into your soul and share this fire with someone who is still cold and lost in the numbness. You are a torchbearer now, and your light is contagious. The 5th round is sealed. You are awake, you are alive, and you are ready to move with me. The dead places are now the most vibrant parts of your being, and your will is now perfectly aligned with mine. My beloved, I am now turning my attention to the cupboards of your life and the numbers in your account. I have seen the delayed harvest that has left you feeling depleted and exposed. I saw the sleepless nights you spent staring at the ceiling, calculating debts and wondering where the provision would come from. You have felt as though your pockets had holes in them as soon as money came in a new emergency. A broken appliance or an unexpected bill swallowed it whole. This is the spirit of lack, a parasite that has tried to convince you that I am a distant father who does not care about your daily bread. But I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider. I see every opportunity that was diverted from you and every contract that was canceled due to spiritual opposition. I saw the people who owed you money but forgot or refused to pay. I am the one who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, and I tell you today that the blockage in the flow of your resources is being dismantled. Your season of scarcity is being traded for my season of surplus. I issue a sovereign decree over the north, south, east, and west to release what is rightfully yours by divine inheritance. I command the 4 winds to blow your resources toward you. Right now, I speak to the vaults of the world and the hearts of the gatekeepers, and I command them to open. I'm calling forth the checks that were delayed, the opportunities that were buried, and the connections that were hidden from your sight. I'm the God who makes a way where there is no way, and I'm opening the windows of heaven to pour out a blessing that you will not have room enough to receive. This is not merely about money. It is about the resource of the chosen, the favor, the ideas, and the divine strategies that create wealth. I am breaking the spirit of the thief that has stolen your harvest year after year. Every seed you have sown in tears and in sacrifice is now maturing at once. I am commanding the reaper to overtake the sower. The floodgates are open, and the dry riverbed of your finances is being filled with the rushing waters of my provision. Focus your attention now on your hands. Hold them out before you palms up. As I speak, these words of release feel a distinct tingling sensation beginning to vibrate in your fingertips and palms. This is not a physical ailment. It is the touch of the supplier. I am preparing your hands to build to hold and to receive the heavy weight of the blessing that is coming. Your hands are being anointed for prosperity. They will no longer touch things that wither and die, but things that flourish and multiply. Feel the heat of my presence warming your palms, washing away the stain of poverty consciousness and the trembling of financial fear. You are being equipped with a Midas touch of the Spirit. What you lay your hands on in this new season shall prosper because you are doing it for my glory. The shaking of the hands that came from worry is being replaced by the strength of the hands that carry authority. You are the steward of my abundance, and I am trusting you with much because you have been faithful in the little. The blockage is cleared. The dam that held back your resources for the last several years has been breached by the fire of my presence. Do not look at the balance today with the same eyes you had yesterday. Look at it as a seedbed for the miracles of tomorrow. I'm bringing people across your path who will go out of their way to bless you, not because you asked, but because I commanded them to. I'm giving you dreams in the night that contain the blueprints for your next level of prosperity. You will no longer beg. You will distribute. You will no longer borrow. You will lend. This round of fire has burned through the legal documents of the enemy that tried to claim a lien on your future. You are debt-free in the spirit, and the physical manifestation is catching up to you with supernatural speed. The 6th round is sealed. The provision is released, and your hands are ready. Walk into this new territory of abundance with a heart of radical gratitude for the King has visited your treasury. We have arrived at the summit, the 7th and final round of this divine purification. I'm now addressing the very fabric of time in your life. I've heard the silent, aching cry of your heart as you looked at the calendar and felt a cold panic rising, the feeling that you have lost too many years to the wilderness, that you are behind in a race you can never win. You have watched others achieve in months what you have struggled to even start in a decade. You feel the time warp of the enemy, where your days seem to disappear into a vacuum of meaningless struggle and repetitive pain. But I am the Ancient of Days, the one who stands outside of time and holds the beginning and the end in the palm of my hand. I am not limited by the chronological ticking of a human clock. I am here to tell you that I am the God of the sudden move. I am the one who can restore the years that the locusts, the cankerworm, and the caterpillar have eaten. In this 7th round, I am collapsing the distance between your promise and your possession. The delay is not just ending, it is being reversed by a supernatural momentum that will defy every law of physics and logic. I issue the decree of divine acceleration over your destiny right now. I command the divine fast forward to be activated in your spirit, your career, and your relationships. I am the God who can do in 1 month what would naturally take you a lifetime to accomplish. I am compressing the seasons of sowing and reaping so that they occur in the same breath. I revoke the spirit of slow motion that has made your progress feel like a heavy crawl. I'm putting a holy turbo on your footsteps. You will find yourself finishing projects in days that used to take months. You will see doors open that you thought were locked for another decade. I am recovering the lost years of your youth, the wasted years of your stagnation, and the stolen years of your grief. I am folding time for your sake, bringing you into a future that was supposed to be 20 years away and placing it in your today. The fast move is not a suggestion. It is a sovereign mandate. I am the God of the breakthrough, and I am moving with a speed that will leave your enemies confused and your friends in awe. Focus your spirit on the very atmosphere of the room you are in. Can you feel it? The air around you is becoming electric charged with the static free frequency of the 3rd heaven. The spiritual noise and the static of the world that used to interfere with your peace have been completely vacuumed out. The atmosphere feels thin light and vibrating with an intense golden energy. This is the aura of acceleration. The resistance is gone. The friction of the old season has been lubricated by the oil of my spirit. You are no longer fighting the wind. You are being carried by it. Feel the prickling of holy electricity on your skin, the goosebumps of glory that signal my presence is moving at a velocity you have never experienced. You are in the flow of the Spirit where every thought is a seed and every word is a harvest. The heavy, stagnant air of the waiting room has been replaced by the rushing wind of the open road. Breathe it in. This is the scent of your sudden arrival. This is your moment to move. Do not hesitate. Do not look back at the wreckage of the delay. I am calling you to step out with a boldness that matches the speed of my work. You are no longer a stationary target. You have become a streak of divine light. In this 7th round, I am sealing the entire sequence of the 7 fires into your spirit. The stagnation is broken, the fog is gone, the generational yoke is destroyed, the sabotage is crushed, the passion is ignited, the resources are released, and the acceleration is activated. You are a complete worker vessel of honor, ready for the Master's use. The fast move requires you to let go of your old slow ways of thinking. Stop planning for a 10-year struggle and start preparing for a 30-day manifestation. My clock is now your clock. My speed is now your speed. The 7th round is sealed in the fire of my holiness. You are in the flow. Move. Seal this 7th fire with the finality of heaven. Type "it is done" or 1212 to acknowledge the divine order and the supernatural speed I am bringing into your life. Press the like button and subscribe as a final act of anchoring yourself to this new timeline of acceleration. By doing this, you are locking your spirit into the frequency of the fast move, ensuring that you do not drift back into the slow motion patterns of the world. You are a child of the light, and light travels with a speed that darkness cannot comprehend. The 7 rounds are complete. You are covered, cleared, and accelerated. The world is about to see what I can do with one life that is fully surrendered to my timing. Walk out of this moment not as you entered, but as a sovereign being of speed and power. Now, my child, let the roar of the fire settle into a deep, holy hush. The work has been done, the decrees have been issued, and the heavens have responded with a thunderous yes. I am lowering my voice now, whispering directly into the core of your being, beneath the layers of your thoughts and the frantic rhythm of your heart. Can you feel the descent of my stillness? It is a peace drop, a heavy, velvet silence that is falling upon your room and your spirit like the first snow of winter. The air is no longer electric with the sound of breaking chains. It is now thick with the weight of my glory. This is the rest that remains for the people of God. I want you to sit in this stillness for a moment. Do not rush to the next thought. Do not let your mind wander to the tasks of tomorrow or the worries of yesterday. Just be. I am the Prince of Peace, and I am claiming the territory of your soul. The noise of the world is fading into a distant murmur, and my presence is becoming the only sound that matters. You are being enveloped in a sanctuary of quietness that no storm can penetrate, a place where the soul finds its home in the shadow of the Almighty. I am draping a blanket of gold-white light over you and your entire household. See it with your spiritual eyes, a luminous, shimmering canopy that covers the roof of your home, the rooms where you sleep, and the threshold of your door. This is my mantle of protection and tranquility. It is soaking into the very walls, neutralizing the echoes of past arguments, the residue of restless nights, and the lingering shadows of grief. This light is an impenetrable barrier. Nothing that vibrates with fear, anxiety, or malice can pass through its radiance. It is a holy insulation that separates you from the chaos of the world. As this light covers you, it is also seeping into the hearts of everyone who lives under your roof. I'm silencing the inner turmoil of your loved ones, bringing a divine order to the atmosphere of your home. You will notice a new softness in the way you speak to one another, a new gentleness in the air that was once filled with tension. Your home is no longer a place of survival. It is now a headquarters of my peace. You are guarded by the host of heaven, and the light of my countenance is your lamp and your shield. I am specifically targeting your nervous system right now, the delicate pathways of your brain and the silver cords of your senses that have been frayed by years of fight-or-flight living. You have lived in a state of high alert for so long that you forgot what it feels like to be truly relaxed. Your body has been a fortress under siege, always bracing for the next blow, always waiting for the other shoe to drop. But I am the great physician, and I am applying a celestial sedative to your adrenal glands and your overactive mind. Feel the thrumming of your nerves beginning to settle into a deep, calm, steady beat. The tension in your stomach, that knot of uncertainty that has been your constant companion, is unraveling completely. I am recalibrating your body to function in a state of rest rather than a state of emergency. You are moving from a posture of defense to a posture of receiving. The cortisol of stress is being flushed out of your system and replaced by the life-giving flow of my spirit. You can let go now, my beloved. You are safe to sleep. You are safe to breathe. You are safe to trust that I have everything in my hands. Listen to me, chosen one. This peace is not a fleeting emotion or a temporary feeling that will vanish when you turn off this message. Peace is your new territory. It is the ground upon which you stand and the atmosphere you carry with you into the world. You do not have to chase peace. You are the bearer of it. From this day forward, when you walk into a room, the peace that I have deposited in you will change the atmosphere of that room. You are the thermostat of your environment, not the thermometer. When the world around you shakes, and it will shake, you will remain unmoved, for your roots are now deep in the soil of my eternal stillness. I have confirmed your boundaries. I have fortified your mind. The enemy may roar at the perimeter, but he can no longer disturb the core of your being. This is the peace that surpasses all human understanding, and it is your permanent inheritance. Walk in it, dwell in it, rule from it. It is done, and it is well with your soul. My beloved, look back at the last 3 years, those years you thought were a desert, a waste of your youth, a void in your history. You saw it as a prison of delay, but I saw it as your training in the secret place. I was the one who drew you into the silence. I was the one who removed the distractions and the voices of those who would have led you astray before you were strong enough to lead yourself. You felt drained, yes, but you were actually being emptied of the old self to make room for the weight of the glory I am now pouring in. In those long nights of wondering where I was closer than your own breath, tempering your spirit like steel in the fire. You were learning to hear my whisper without the need for a crowd. You were learning to lean on my arm when every other support was kicked away. That delay was not a punishment, it was a divine apprenticeship. You didn't just survive those 3 years, you were minted in them. You are no longer the person who entered that season. You are sharper, deeper, and more resilient. The very silence you feared was the womb of your greatness. I am performing a divine reversal in your life this very hour. The very circumstances that were sent by the enemy to drain your spirit, to exhaust your finances, and to wither your hope are now being converted into the high-octane fuel for your promotion. Every betrayal you suffered is now the wisdom you will use to protect my kingdom. Every tear of lack is now the seed for a harvest of abundance that will feed thousands. I do not let a single ounce of your suffering go to waste. You were worried that you were running out of time, but I was busy making you fireproof. The drain was actually the removal of toxins you didn't know you were carrying. Now, because you have endured the hidden season without losing your heart, the very people who tried to stop you will be the ones who are forced to witness your elevation. The wind that was blowing against you has shifted. It is now at your back, and it is carrying the momentum of every prayer you ever uttered in that dark room. What was meant to destroy you has only succeeded in making you dangerous to the kingdom of darkness. You are emerging not as a victim, but as a sovereign ruler of your circumstances. Watch the physical world respond to this spiritual shift right now. Even as you hear my voice, the wires are being crossed in your favor. In the offices of those who ignored you, my spirit is moving. In the hearts of those who held your future in their hands, I am placing a restlessness that can only be satisfied by calling your name. Expect the sudden news. Before this day is done, or as you wake in the morning light, check your messages. Look for the email that was lost but has now been found. Listen for the phone to ring with the voice of someone you haven't heard from in years, coming to offer the very key you've been searching for. I am moving the pieces on the chessboard of the world to align with the victory I have already won for you. This is not a maybe or a someday. The reversal has begun in the tangible realm. You will see the fruit of this shift in the numbers in the contracts and in the documents. I am vindicating you before your peers and your enemies alike. The drain has stopped. The overflow has arrived. My beloved child, I am performing a deep surgery on your self-perception in this very moment. For too long, you have identified with your wounds. You have worn your scars like a garment of shame, defining yourself by the things that were done to you in the seasons where you were left behind. You have walked with the cautious, trembling step of a victim, constantly looking over your shoulder for the next strike of the enemy. But I am reaching into the core of your being and pulling out the victim mentality that has kept you small and silent. I am replacing it with the heart of a sovereign. You must understand that you do not beg for peace, you command it. You do not plead for your destiny. Breathe it in, for you are the rightful heir to it. I am giving you a new name and a new stature. The chosen one is not one who is chosen to suffer indefinitely, but one who is chosen to rule over their circumstances. Stop asking for permission to be great. I gave you that permission before the foundations of the world were laid. Starting tomorrow morning, you will notice a change in the way you carry your physical frame. You will no longer walk with the slouched shoulders of the defeated or the downcast eyes of the forgotten. I am putting a regal dignity in your stride. When you enter a room, you will carry the weight of my presence like a royal robe. People will look at you and see something they cannot quite name, a quiet confidence, a stillness that is not of this world, an authority that does not need to shout to be heard. You are being upgraded from the one who is pushed by life to the one who moves the mountain. This identity upgrade is not an act or a mask. It is the truth of who you have always been, finally catching up to your daily reality. You walk covered. You are shielded by the blood of the Lamb and the fire of the Spirit. Every word you speak now carries the weight of a decree. When you say peace, the storm must listen. When you say go, the shadow must flee. This is the hour where you bury the inner victim and choose to be the victor. The trauma of your past has been converted into the credentials of your future. Your scars are no longer evidence of your pain. They are proof of your survival and the marks of your anointing. I have not called you to be a reservoir that merely holds on to the past, but a vessel that pours out the power of the present. You are moving with a new authority in your voice. When you speak to the obstacles in your life, do not speak with a question mark. Speak with a period. I am confirming your sovereign status in the spirit realm, and the hierarchy of darkness already knows your name. You are not a target. You are a threat to the kingdom of darkness. Move forward with the head of a king and the heart of a lion, for I, the Lord of hosts, am walking beside you, and my glory is your rear guard. The upgrade is complete. Walk in your power. As you walk in this new authority, I give you the wisdom to guard the miracle I have planted in the fertile soil of your soul. The first step I require of you is holy silence. I have placed a seed of immense glory within you, but it is currently in the delicate womb of the Spirit. Do not expose it to the cold, harsh air of public opinion before its time. There are those around you who, though they may seem well-meaning, will unwittingly try to talk you out of your miracle because they cannot see what I have revealed to you. Others may maliciously seek to pluck the seed before it can take root. Keep your mouth sealed regarding the specific moves I am making in your life. This silence is not a sign of fear. It is the wisdom of protection. Let the world see the harvest when the fruit is ripe, but for now, treasure these secrets in your heart. This hiddenness is where the power matures. When you stop seeking the validation of men, you become perfectly aligned with the validation of heaven. The second step is the establishment of ruthless boundaries. You have entered a high-speed lane of destiny, and you can no longer afford to carry the baggage of other people's doubt or the weight of toxic connections. If there are voices in your life that constantly remind you of who you used to be, or who try to anchor you to the trauma I've already healed, you must gently but firmly step away. Your atmosphere must remain pure for the acceleration to occur. Protect your ear gate and your eye gate with a holy jealousy. Do not entertain gossip, do not engage in arguments that drain your spirit, and do not apologize for the space you need to remain in my presence. You are not being unkind, you are being obedient. These boundaries are the walls of your fortress, ensuring that the peace I've given you remains undisturbed by the chaos of the world. The third step I command is physical rest. Your spirit has transitioned at a lightning pace today, and your physical frame needs time to catch up to the new supernatural frequency. I'm calling you to sleep without guilt and to rest without the nagging fear that you are falling behind. The enemy wants you to believe that frantic, constant labor is the only way to succeed, but I am the God who gives to my beloved even while they sleep. When you choose to rest, you are making a profound declaration of faith. You are telling the universe that you trust me to handle the details while you replenish your strength. In the stillness of the night, I will continue to refine your intuition and heal your body. Rest is not a luxury. It is a weapon of spiritual warfare that proves the enemy hasn't stolen your peace. The final step in this practical warfare is to clean the space around you. Your external environment must begin to reflect the internal clarity I've established within you. I'm calling you to remove the physical clutter from your home, your car, and your workspace. Physical mess acts as a visual anchor to the stagnation of the old season. As you clear away the old papers, the broken objects, and the unnecessary noise in your surroundings, you are signaling to the heavens that you have made room for the much that is coming. A clean space invites a clear mind and a receptive spirit. This is a practical act of faith. You are preparing the house for the guest of honor and the bountiful blessings he is bringing through the door. Do these things with a heart of joy, for they are the final ceremonies of your preparation. The old has passed away. Make room for the new that is already at your threshold. We have reached the culmination of this divine appointment, the moment where the spiritual becomes the material and the word becomes the flesh. I am standing before you, now not just as your creator, but as the eternal guardian of your soul, stretching my hands over your life to lock every blessing, every healing, and every word of acceleration into the very marrow of your bones. What has been spoken here today is not a suggestion or a fleeting hope. It is a spiritual contract signed in the fire of my holiness and sealed by the blood of the Lamb. I am placing a final heavy seal upon this hour, a seal that no demon can break, no human envy can dissolve, and no season of trial can erode. You are now a marked vessel, a living testimony carrying the weight of my glory into a world that will no longer recognize you as the one who was stuck or the one who was forgotten. Every chain we broke in these rounds remains broken. Every door we opened remains wide and welcoming. Every tear we dried is now a fountain of wisdom for your future. It is done. It is finished. It is established in the heavens and manifest on the earth. Now, my beloved child, perform the final ceremony of this encounter. Do not let these words float away into the void. Anchor them into your physical reality with the power of your confession. This is your final act of faith, the moment where you take ownership of the shift. Seal this prophecy now and forever. Type your final seal in the presence of the angels. It is done. My future is guarded. This is your signature on the decree of your freedom, a declaration that resonates through the corridors of eternity. Subscribe to this sanctuary and press the like button one last time to signal that you are choosing to walk in this new rhythm of authority every single day. What I have started in you today, I will continue to perfect until the day of completion. You are no longer walking alone. You are walking covered, cleared, and accelerated. Believe that the shift is absolute, for I have spoken it, and my word is the final law. Your future is not just bright. It is fortified by the host of heaven. Go forth in peace, for you are the chosen one, and your time of triumph is here. The delay has officially ended, but the fast move you are about to experience requires a specific divine mindset to sustain the incredible velocity of my favor. Your heart has been prepared, and your spirit is now aligned, but do not leave my presence yet. There is an acceleration protocol. I must reveal to you a secret alignment that will ensure your breakthrough does not just visit you for a moment, but becomes your permanent residence. The door is standing wide open and the light is pouring through, but you must know how to walk through it with the full authority of the sovereign. Do not return to the noise of the world and lose this holy frequency. Click the next video appearing on your screen right now to lock in these final instructions and fully activate the momentum of your destiny. I'm waiting for you there in the next secret place to finish what we have started.